Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Episode 9. That sounds like a lot, but
Yeah, that's a lot.
anyways, episode 9. We just left New Hampshire at this point, heading into Maine.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one destination we had reservations for. This is why we had to leave Montana when we did, because we had to plan a route all the way from Montana to get to Acadia National Park by the 3rd of October. Even though we changed it, we made it the 6th, right? We were able to change it.
I changed it because when I looked at the schedule and our route, like, we wouldn't spend that much time in Vermont, New Hampshire, and I wanted to spend some time there. So we ended up not staying at the national park, but we stayed outside the national park at 1,000 Trails campground because we had just bought a new membership to 1,000 Trails. So we decided to use it. So,
do you want to explain how that works?
So 1,000 Trails, we put some money up front. I think I paid like $900 up front, and you can use it the whole year at the 1,000 Trails campgrounds. So, I mean, there's a couple of like rules that you have to follow, but I think it's worth the money to just put the money up front, and then you can use it throughout the whole year. So that's what we'll do.
Yeah, we should be able to
At least get the money's worth, right?
Yeah, probably get good value for it.
Yeah, I think Kory did the math on how many days.
Well, some of these state parks we pay like $20 a night to stay at, so we figured if it's $900, we need to stay 45 nights just to break even, and we're on our way to there, so we'll get there.
Yeah. So anyway, Acadia National Park.
Yeah, so we've watched videos of other people about Acadia, and it's one of those things where you don't understand how nice it is till you're there.
Yeah, so I had looked on the NPS National Park Services app, and there's this one thing called the Cadillac Mountain that most people drive in the park, but you need to make reservations for it. So kind of reminded me of Glacier and the Sun Road, but not that hard to get the reservations, which I was really happy about. So our first day when we were in Acadia, that's what we did. I don't think it was that long of a drive, but once you get to the end of the road, you get this beautiful view on top of Cadillac Mountain, I guess.
Yeah, so it's overlooking, it's kind of like on a peninsula, so you overlook Bar Harbor, you overlook
Bahaba.
you overlook the Atlantic Ocean the rest of the way. It's a great view.
Yeah, and you get the fall foliage, which I was like happy about.
Yeah, I don't want to make you mad, but I think the foliage in Maine was way better than Vermont and Hampshire.
No way.
Maybe just the view, because we're up high, but I thought it was better.
Yeah, I guess it's a different vantage point. It's looking down at the leaves instead of being in it. No, blasphemy. Anyway,
okay.
So so as far as what to do in Acadia, I had watched a couple of YouTube videos of people doing this thing called the Beehive Trail. So I knew that it was going to be like a different hike, and it might be a little scary for some people if you're afraid of heights, but I really, really wanted to do it.
Yeah, and I didn't know anything about it, and then we were at the visitor center and another guy mentioned it. He was really nice. He told us a bunch of hikes to do, but we're not that ambitious. So we did the one hike.
Yeah, so the Beehive Trail, it's actually like one of my favorite hikes now. It's not just your typical hike where you just walk and it's steep. It actually has a lot more like
ladders.
Okay, so you do some scrambling more, so you have to like climb on rocks, and it's pretty high up. So like I said, if you're afraid of heights, I would probably skip this. But it's also difficult because it has a couple of like metal rungs that you have to like climb on, and but you liked it, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it's my favorite hike also.
Yeah.
I just remember talking about it right now. I just remember the guy, the big buff guy, kind of crying all the way up, like, "Oh my god, I'm scared of heights! Oh my god!" It's just funny to see like what one person's fear will make them
Yeah.
sound like.
I liked it, but we don't have a fear of heights.
No, I don't.
Maybe like 1 or 2 times I got a little bit of the heebie-jeebies, but for the most part it was really fun. Yeah, and once you get to the very top, views were beautiful.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you're brave enough to try it. What? I don't know what to say. Anyway, so one other thing about Maine that we really, really wanted to do was eat lots of lobster. So,
Yeah, the first restaurant we went to was actually in Bar Harbor, and it was not as good as. It was just okay. It was fried food, which I was missing, but it didn't really hit the spot.
And I didn't think we got lobster there.
No, we got other stuff, but
Yeah.
either way, every meal after that we had lobster for like a week and a half straight,
Not a week and a half.
and it was the best week and a half of my life.
Yeah, so it's really hard to find restaurant food for gluten-free people, but we found this one, like, I don't know if it's a restaurant. It seemed like a food truck, or I don't know what you call it.
It's
It was
like a
called
food truck.
Traveling Lobster. And they had like gluten-free buns for lobster rolls, which were amazing. And they also have, I had the lobster bisque.
Yeah, we didn't ask if it was gluten free, so I didn't try it, but I had a whole lobster, a 1 1/4 pound. That was the smallest they offered. I think the biggest though was 1 1/2, so it's not much different. And it was good. It was hot at first, hard to get into because you got to crack it open. It's
It's like a full lobster, it's not just lobster
Yeah.
tail.
complete lobster.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's good.
After we visited Acadia, we wanted to go visit some of the other small towns along the way. I tried to make a stop in Camden,
Mhm.
and then there was this other place called the Red Barn Market or something that had gluten-free goodies. So we stopped by there one day on our way out.
Yep.
Yeah, just a bunch of cute little towns, coastal towns. If you want to do some shopping, they have a bunch of that too. And
Did you consider Portland?
Portland was like a big city.
Okay. I don't know if you're just breezing through it.
Yeah. We didn't really explore too much in Portland either, I feel like.
We had more lobster in Portland.
We just had more lobster. We just ate lobster.
We paid for parking and lobster.
Yeah. And at this point, it was like the World Series.
Yeah.
And we noticed a pattern that every time we ate lobsters, the Dodgers would win. So every time there was like a World Series game, Kory's like, we have to have lobster.
And then they started playing the Braves, and Venus wasn't so.
No lobster.
It's like, we don't have to get lobster. I'm like, yeah, we do. Like, no, it's okay. So, someone broke tradition.
Yeah.
I was just
Go Braves!
I was just faking it to get lobster.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so on our drive out of Maine, there was one point where we drove on this really interesting bridge.
Yeah.
We were just driving over it, and we noticed that on the side to the right was like this big structure. It looked pretty much like a concrete.
It looked like a prison from a distance.
It looked like
Yeah.
a prison. And so we were kind of curious to see what that was about. And while we were driving over the bridge, there were signs for like Fort Knox, and so we decided to go and check it out because it seemed interesting. And come to find out that
So, worst fort ever.
Worst fort ever.
It never got shot on, never got attacked.
Yeah, it never got any action, but it was there because
It's like the insurance you pay for, but you never get to use. You're glad you had it.
Yeah, but that was a cool little like place to just
Yeah.
wander and check out what a fort looks like. And then we were also able to go up on the bridge, like
Yeah.
ride to the top of the bridge.
Yeah, there's a tower that connects to the bridge, and it I don't know if it's part of the structure to hold the bridge up. I don't know. But you pay for a ticket to go to the top, and we did that, and I freaked out, and we had to go. It's like, it's not that high. It wasn't the height that was the problem. You get up to the top of it, and it's just an elevator that takes you to this room.
It's like an observation room.
Yeah, and it's just too small. There were 7 to 10 people in there, and I was already like, there's too many people, let's go.
Yeah, we wanted out.
And you
so
can
we
feel
got
it
out.
sway. You can feel it moving with the...
Did you?
Yeah, you could feel the cars going by. If there was a big truck, you felt
Oh.
the swaying of the bridge, and it was like, it's time to go.
All right. Well, see you later.
Yeah. So, that's pretty much,
That was Maine.
that was Maine for us. The only other thing I noticed about Maine was, it's really cute because, like, small businesses, they aren't run out of, like, commercial areas where it's, like, big commercial complexes where
Yeah.
store after store after store.
They're like in barns or houses or...
Yeah, it was weird. Like, businesses would have a sign out in front of what looked like someone's house.
It's a construction
Yeah,
business.
but it was really cute. I really liked it. I'd like to go back. Eat more lobster.
Okay, deal.
Done.
Alright.
Okay.
So that'll do it for this time. Next time, I don't know where we'll be. Gotta tune in.
Alright.
Bye.
See you guys next time.
It's a great view.
Yeah. And you get the fall foliage, which I was like happy about.
Yeah,
See?
what is it?
Soy sauce.
How'd you eat soy sauce in your first?
Listen! Sweetie, I got it because I thought it'd be nice to have shoyu in my purse for you because you can't have regular shoyu.
Yeah, but the van's always with us.
This is what happens when I try to be nice to you.